You are about to enter another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land of imagination. Next stop, the Black Mirror. Yes, Black Mirror is our generation's Twilight Zone, and it's a worthy successor to the classic anthology series that found shocking ways to realize the fears of the late 50s and early 60s. Good times! Now that we're in a similarly unsure time, Black Mirror voices our 21st century fears of evolving technology, rapidly changing social norms, and the terrifying realization that this is now the machine's world, and we're just living in it.
The point is, this is already happening.
Join ScreenRant as we discover these 10 things from Black Mirror that already exist. And before we upload these technological marvels to our mental databases, click on the red subscribe button to become a part of the future. But real quick, can you guess what TV show these emojis are showing? Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out.
Punitive measure. This is a temporary measure.
No!
The score reverts to normal in 24 hours.
No, but I need it now.
Rating system. Once upon a time, 1-star ratings were reserved for Jaws sequels and bad seafood restaurants, but now people's personalities will make the cut on certain worst of lists.
Sounds awesome.
The Black Mirror episode Nosedive chronicles one woman's transformation into social outcast because of her over-the-top actions to gain high personal ratings from the people around her. Everybody in their society is connected to a universal rating system, and with the ever-important emphasis many of us place on Facebook and Instagram likes, this doesn't seem too far-fetched. China, however, is trying to make this dystopian idea into more of a reality with their social credit system. With the ultimate goal aimed at improving trust between its citizens, the system will monitor citizens' bill payments, adherence to contracts, personal statistics, shopping habits, and friendships. The government will be just like that judgy mean girl from Lunch.
Shut up. I didn't say anything.
Except with the ability to tax and jail you accordingly. As stated in China's policy proposal, it will forge a public opinion environment where keeping trust is glorious.
It will strengthen sincerity in government affairs, commercial sincerity, social sincerity, and the construction
of judicial credibility. The social credit system has a launch date set for 2020, but it seems like it would be more at home in 1984.
Can they make honey?
No.
I was joking.
Drones. In Hated in the Nation, a population of self-sufficient bee-shaped robots are turned against humans. It's all part of a master plan by a shadowy figure who uses these robo-pests to inflict a plague-like cleansing against the world's population of internet trolls. The bleak twist is made more menacing by the ironic fact that these robot bees were created to help save Earth in the wake of its dwindling bee population. Surprisingly, this storyline isn't too far from the world as we know it. The amount of worker bees in our environment has sunk to dangerous levels. To fight this apocalypse scenario, scientists at the Harvard Microbiotics Lab have decided to make their own honey by making their own bees. The pollinating skills of our planet's honeybees are a huge contribution to food sources throughout the animal kingdom. Made of plastic and ceramic sheeting and composed of carbon, fiber, titanium, and brass components, these individual parts act like the inner and outer workings of a living and breathing bee. When activated by short bursts of electrical current, their mechanical muscles contract and their wings flap. Their creators intend to use these robo-bees to help with pollination, which, for us, is the ultimate disaster relief.
Now, were the gophers 2-dimensional or 3?
3. No. 3D. Super 3D. Yeah.
Augmented reality. With augmented reality, players are required to explore and interact with the actual environment around them.
Holy f***.
We've seen how far Pokemon Go can, go in taking augmented reality gaming into the mainstream. But hunting for a digitized Snorlax out by the dumpster behind your local supermarket is not as scary as the gaming experience presented in Black Mirror's episode Playtest. Whether it's the house in Poltergeist or the demon in The Exorcist, horror movie protagonists are constantly trying to shield their fears from antagonistic forces. But the evil thing always tends to learn what truly scares our heroes. In Playtest, it's the AI from a horror-themed video game that learns how to terrify the main character and makes him go crazy. Similarly, the virtual reality game Until Dawn is a real immersive gaming experience that keeps track of players' reactions to in-game situations and decides how best to maximize the horror, keeping the players on their toes. Even the US military is in on the act, developing augmented reality technology for training exercises that make their soldiers into battle-hardened warriors before an actual battle's even taken place. Known as a synthetic training environment, it's basically the present-day equivalent of Star Trek's holodeck, minus all the skin-tight Starfleet uniforms.
Have fun. On the...
Merits. We're all cogs in some bigger machine, but any complaints that worker bees might have in our modern world can't compare to the harsh lives of the characters in 15 Million Merits. Citizens need to cycle on stationary bikes to power their homes, their buildings, and the infrastructure around them. Unlike servants rowing a Roman ship, however, the people of this world are given merits for their physical work, which are then used to buy necessary amenities. This is not unlike the app known as Pact, the latest in a long line of self-booby traps aimed at convincing you to go to the gym. We all wish we could be as fit as possible, but often obstacles like work, prior commitments, and lack of motivation can get in the way. Pact promises to clear these obstacles by putting your finances on the line. Through Pact, you're basically bribing yourself with your own money to stay committed to exercise. If you fail to follow through with your fitness goals on a particular date, you'll lose the money you invested. Unlike the nightmare world of 15 Million Merits, however, this money loss is all voluntary. But hey, do you want to live in a world where you think it's a good idea to voluntarily give up your money to a nagging app? You were living inside a nightmare, and you didn't even know it. Self-driving cars. When self-driving cars first become available to the general public, they're not going to populate the driveways of every home. No, they'll show up in the garages of the wealthy and in the parking lots of businesses. That's why the drama surrounding the automated pizza van of the episode called Crocodile is so effective. A computerized pizza delivery truck seems like such an innocuous and unimpressive thing. It feels like something we'll see in the not-too-distant future, and yet the van is involved in an accident that's central to the plot of the episode and sets the entire story in motion. Self-driving pizza vans aren't just fantasy, though. Around 2020, Pizza Hut plans to unleash the e-Pallet, a Toyota creation that will take to the roads without any driver at the helm. But just how safe will these cars be when mixing and mingling with other self-driving cars and living/breathing pedestrians? Well, the United States National Highway Traffic Safety Administration will likely standardize common safety regulations for all cars on the road. Vehicle-to-vehicle communications will allow the computers in all cars to communicate with each other to coordinate lane changes and quick turns while maintaining high speeds. This way, cars, regardless of where they're made, would have some universal set of signals that could be transmitted to avoid accidents and keep the commuters safe.
I don't care what it is, I don't want it. It's obscene to use his name. His name, for God's sake!
Replicating loved ones. In Be Right Back, Black Mirror imagines a replicant technology that is able to mimic Haley Atwell's deceased boyfriend, and he seems almost like the real thing. Using his online footprint, experts are able to create a new version of Atwell's boyfriend as best they can. And just as in the show, our accomplishments in the field of replacing humans falls short. But inventors are getting close to matching the thought processes of mankind through the following creepy developments. There's chatlike.me, an online interface that allows you to create a Twitter bot who mimics your writing style. And there's the Breakthrough Intelligence via Neural Architecture 48, or Bina 48 for short. Named after the creator's wife, Bina, Martine Rothblatt's robot is a duplication of the #1 woman of Martine's life. She's been uploaded with Bina's memories and persona compiled through over 100 hours of interviews. Robot dogs. In the Season 4 episode Metalhead, Bella flees from encroaching robot dogs who hunt her through a black and white post-apocalyptic landscape. Although we live in a less bleak world, the Mechanimals of Boston Dynamics are so similar to the sinister robots in Metalhead, it's creepy. That's probably because they were literally the inspiration for this episode. Boston Dynamics has created machines so lifelike, we shiver just looking at them. And for those of you who don't know, the uncanny valley is used to describe any situation in which a robotic creation exhibits characteristics so eerily natural, it's unsettling to behold. Now, how deep is Boston Dynamics robots' uncanny valley? Very deep. Depending on how you look at them, these Spot Minis, as they're called by their creators, are manufactured to help people around the house. Their bodies can carry objects from one location to another, and a fifth arm can be added to the machine to grab objects in front of it. Like a velociraptor in the kitchen of an island resort, they know how to open doors. If a dog is a man's best friend, does that make these robo-canines an IMAX best friend? Think about it.
This is just to say that I'm not coming back.
Yeah, Black Mirror gives us a lot to worry about, but since the state of technology is our own making, we still have the power to advance our own technological abilities without going too far. It's not too late, but if Black Mirror teaches us anything, it's that the future is now. While everything seems like it's spiraling out of control, we still might have some power to correct the course forward. Comment below and tune into ScreenRant for more videos about the movies and TV shows that keep you awake at night and haunt your dreams. Oh, and before we go, here's the answer to the emoji question. Did you guess the correct title? Be sure to let us know, and thanks for watching.